information that you need. Next, what's going to happen is enhance verbal expression and communication. Explaining, teaching, or encouraging strengthens verbal fluency. And that's what's happening for me. There are terms that I'm still working on because of the orthographic processing center in my brain. But once I learn how to pronounce adenosine, it's there. It is there, and I know what it means. A year ago, I was not talking about the ventromedial prefrontal cortex. I didn't know what it was, and I didn't know where it was. But I am here now learning it, and now I'm empowering you to learn the same things too. Well, when it comes to the brain. Next is improved perspective taking. And so it enhances your ability to understand others' viewpoints. And that is how you embrace diversity. And with that information, so I take in some information from someone else, and then I give them my perspective. They've empowered me with their perspective, and now I can empower them to do the same thing. And then the final one is stronger empathy and compassion. And what that does is that activates emotional reasoning and compassionate decision making. And so you have these decisions that you're making. And while I did not make a dime for the 2 years that I was there at the Urban Chamber, I made a difference, and that's better. I'm going to say that again. Although I did not make a dime for the 2 years that I was at the Urban Chamber, I made a difference. The Toastmaster Club that I started is still there. The person who everybody was ignoring when they walked in the door is running it. And there are other things that took place for businesses. People are doing business on the strip, at the hotels, and everything else because of the time that I spent there. People got healings in the Toastmaster meetings and went on to do great things, attack their fears, and went into district leadership and everything else because I went over there and said, I know don't nobody believe in y'all over here, but we about to make this the baddest motherfucking club in District 111. And I think it was 35, and then it was 111 because they switched at that time because it was big enough. They had enough clubs. And that is the case. They came over there within 2 years getting district leaders. We need this, because I told them, y'all gonna need district leadership. Come to lunchtime talkers, they ready. Grab them. That's where all the leaders are coming from. And it was true. So I was empowering them, and I said that to them, and it made a difference. What questions do you have about the benefits before I move to the brain bit and we come on around? Dang, that is really low. Can y'all hear that? That was pretty low. They must be landing at the hospital. It was scudding almost, I feel. Are we clear? You can hear it. Yeah, that was low. The helicopter's hovering. Okay. All right, so the brain fact for today is the importance of learning about how the brain functions. Because I have said this, I've been saying this, that it is important for you to learn how your brain functions. And so Chat and I had a chat, and here's what Chat gave me back. Brain fact. Learning, and I say brain bit just because of alliteration, but learning how your brain functions strengthens your prefrontal cortex. I'm going to say that again. Learning how your brain functions strengthens your prefrontal cortex. And that's the part of the brain responsible for decision-making, self-awareness, focus, emotional regulation, and goal setting. I'm going to say that again. So you learning how your brain functions strengthens your prefrontal cortex. And this part of the brain, this region of the brain, this lobe of the brain, is responsible for decision-making, daily decision-making because of working memory. Self-awareness, it's your personality, your default mode network, what you're about to do and what you're thinking in your downtime. Your focus. You can't focus, you got brain fog. It's because you're down here. You're supposed to be up here. Your emotional regulation. So the prefrontal cortex is telling the amygdala, I got it, sit down, be humble. That's not a saber-toothed tiger. That's a false positive. It's not a real threat. I got this. And then goal setting. So anytime you set a goal down here, you're not going to accomplish it and stuff going to go left. And then you're going to say, you find yourself saying, it's always something. It's always something. No, it's not. No, it's not always something. It is always something down here, but up here, that something can be resolved because of your ability to problem solve. Now, when you understand how different brain regions work, you can intentionally train and rewire them through neuroplasticity. When you understand how different brain regions work, you can intentionally train and rewire them through neuroplasticity, your brain's natural ability to change based on learning and experience. So when you learn how this works and you use this to strengthen this, then you can use this to rewire all of this. That's why